where a little while ago candy cotton clouds had drifted across an expanse of blue, now a dark gray cloud bank approached us. I dashed back into the house and grabbed an old golf umbrella. It withstood a lot more than a downpour, and it offered cover enough for me, my containers, and my faithful ghost. Not that she needed protection from rain or wind, but it felt wrong to leave her exposed in case the deluge started. I deposited the umbrella in the back and let Adriana hop in on my side before I slid behind the steering wheel. "I thought you were staying at home. What made you change your mind?" I asked.
"Cleo and I decided you needed some support. These teetotal broads can be a tough lot to handle."
Again, she was right. The women she referred to were a small but fearsome group of empty nesters who'd found a new cause. My friend Jolene had decided to use her considerable talents to renovate the infamous former speakeasy and return it to its old glory. While Adriana loved the thought of having something out of her past back in her afterlife, others were less enthused. That was mildly put. Over the last week or so, placards had sprung up, store owners were badgered into allowing signature collections, and the whole thing became more and more preposterous. Sure enough, I'd barely dropped off my sweet offerings at the Coco Cabana and was on my way out when the head of the Crusaders pounced. Eileen Watkins bared her sharp teeth in the kind of smile that could give small children nightmares for life. Even I shuddered. "Stop it right there, Genie, darling." I halted, and Adriana blew out her breath. She'd perfected the knack of hitting the exact spot with a chill whenever she was unhappy or peeved. I watched with a certain amount of amusement how Eileen hunched her shoulders as the spectral blast washed over her. But whatever the woman's many faults, she was made of stern stuff. She thrust her clipboard and pen into my hands. "Our newest petition. I've already filled in your details, so all you need to do is sign." Beside me, I sensed Adriana bristling. I signaled to her to keep calm and studied the piece of paper Eileen had prepared. "Cobblewood Cove Citizens' Charter Against Debauchery? Have you run out of alliterations?" She pursed her lips. "Mock all you want. One day you'll be grateful we take these kinds of things seriously."
"What a dumb Dora,"
Adriana muttered.
"Can't even spell but gets a bloomers in a twist over nothing."
She tapped her finger on the entry where I was supposed to sign. It said, "Jenny Vivian Darling." I sniggered. Over the years, I'd come across a few variations of my given name, Geneviève, but this one took the cake and the biscuits. I'd thought that at least my nickname would have been safe, but apparently even Genie Darling was capable of being mangled in the hands of those on high moral ground and shaky spelling territory. I returned clipboard and pen unused to their owner. "You can't really expect my support," I said. "You didn't mind when the place was open as a bar." Until shortly after my return, said establishment had offered one of the very few opportunities to paint the town red, or at least a mild shade of blush, in Cobblewood Cove. It had closed a few months ago. "We did mind." She strained to purse her lips even further as a sign of her unyielding disapproval. I winced. Any moment now, the limits of her Botoxed muscles had to be reached, and her face might explode. Or implode? "I don't remember your group." "Cobblewood Cove Citizens' Charter." She supplied the name I'd forgotten. "And you've seen for yourself the changes in our beautiful town. We have to be vigilant." A wobble crept into her voice. "Excuse me." The manager motioned us away from the entrance. Behind us, 3 of Eileen's cronies lined up to come inside and fight their crusade over hot chocolate with marshmallows, chocolate fudge brownies, and hopefully a scoop or two of my ice cream. Adriana and I fled, and right on cue, the clouds burst. The golf umbrella offered enough protection to save me from getting wet. My great-great-aunt could withstand a hurricane without a single strand of her wavy blonde hairs losing its place or her silk evening dress showing a wrinkle. At least, that was my theory. As tempting as it would be for a researcher, I had no intention of traveling into the eye of a storm to test it. We'd survived enough adventures together, or rather...